Sherru. Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Vina. I will be your timer for tonight. So, I will be timing both. I will be timing the table topics sessions, the project speeches, and also the evaluations. Now, for the people here, I will have the cards ready up, and for those online, don't worry. You can see my window. I will also be putting up for the red, yellow, and the green if you guys are participating online. All right? Okay, that is all. I would like to invite our General Evaluator, Mohammed, Toastmaster Mohammed Ikhtifar, which is in his presentation mastery level 5 and directed learning in level 5 to share his words.
Hi everyone, I'm Ikhtifar. So this is a correction. EL stands for Daily Leadership. So as a GE, my duty is basically for tonight is very simple. I just need to monitor the prepared speech so that the prepared speech speakers are on their best and also follow the speech purpose and also fulfill the timing for tonight. And back to you.
Let's now dive into our first fantastic session, prepare speech session. There are 6 pathways in Toastmaster Club education program. Dynamic leadership, engaging humor, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, visionary communication. In each pathway, members will need to complete their projects by presenting their speeches to the members. After knowing all these pathways, let's listen to our members who have prepared their speeches. Our first speaker will be Toastmaster Teng, who is attempting his level 1 icebreaker. Toastmaster Teng,
Yes.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Before indulging in his story, let me invite Toastmaster Ikhtifar to read out his project statement.
For tonight's speech, your project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. You may use any style of the speech, let's say for example, information, Q&A, to fulfill your speech objective. And to the evaluator, the member is completing his first speech in Toastmasters. The goal of the evaluation is to give the member an effective evaluation of his speech and delivery style. Because this is just an icebreaker, you may choose to use only the score. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ikhtifar. Now, Toastmaster Leong, are you ready for the spotlight?
Yes.
Coach in life journey, Toastmaster Teng. Toastmaster Teng, a coach in life journey. Over to you.
Okay. A very good morning to all my Toastmaster fellow. Today my topic is coach in life. I think everyone has their coach in life, and I am also not the exception. My coach is an English teacher who turned me from dislike English to love English. I still remember when I was young, I didn't like to study because my family background and the atmosphere. I surrounded by the people who didn't prefer to do the thing related to the academic when they come to school. So what is the color of the pool you dive in? What the color you will be painted? So as a result, my English examination result is not good, and I also didn't care about it. So when I enter my STPN journey, so where the turning point happened, I meet my English teacher who turned me from dislike English to love English. In his detailing and silliness teaching, I influenced by his fun learning teaching style. Who's no matter how many the mistake I was made, he still keep to rectify it with patience instead of blaming me or leaving me alone to do the revision. This is the teacher I never meet before. It's about his silliness teaching and his patience. So because of his encouragement, my math result become improved along the same. So because of him, I start to learn English and practice the English speech every day. To practice to conduct a presentation become an uncomfortable part in my life. And uncomfortable part in my life, and he led me away to uh, to to improve my English is not just a passion, but it's also an attitude. It is about the determination for me to make the thing success. Because of him, I start to love English, and because of due to him, I know the right way to improve my English. So to improve my English become my appreciation for his hard work. So thank you for my teacher, Teku Fati, for her silliness teaching and contribution to me. This all from me. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for your first icebreaker speech. Now, let's offer him choose for encouragement and a standing ovation. The very first step. The beginning is always the hardest. Keep going and don't let anything stop you from becoming a good English speaker. Now, are you ready for the next incredible speech? The next speaker is a maiden who will share how her fear turned into one of her special activities. This young lady is none other than Harshini. In early language. I would invite House Master Ikhtifar to read out for the project assignment.
Okay, tonight we will have a speech called Virtually Afraid by Ghosts. Previously, we had a speech about attacking the ghosts. So, purpose statement to Harshini. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. Those to Evaluator, during the completion of the project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing their body languages, including gestures and other non-verbal communication along with their vocal variety, including pace, tone, pitch, and About this speech, the fellow will present a well-organized speech on any topic, both for the members' awareness of their intentional and unintentional movement of their body and also their body language. Note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. Use the emotion for speakers who have indicated they want to be rated on whether they want to be rated on body languages or vocal variety or both. If the member has indicated that they only want to be rated using vocal variety, please use the speech profile available in the base guide. Thank you.
Are you ready to be in a spotlight? Always you are ready. Host Harshini, usually avoid uploads. Over to you.
I would like to first of all say a very good evening to everyone here, Toastmasters guests, also previous Toastmasters members for attending the anniversary today. So, usually afraid of ghosts. I'm terrified of ghosts. I still am. Look at all the protection I have. I'm always gathering them. Just like any other fear, there must be some way. How did it manifest? When did I start getting afraid? Luckily, I've not seen any ghosts, but my journey through the fear starts way back in 2011 when I was 6 years old. At the moment, there's a horror comedy film that was released. 6-year-old me loved that movie. At first, it was rented for 48 hours. No one else could see TV for 48 hours. If my mother didn't to go sleep, I would be there watching it. I don't know why. That movie does not have good ratings actually, but I loved it. I watched it every single day. It was fun. The rental period ended. The rental period ended. I went to sleep that night. The ghost came in the form of my mother. The dining table. I was shocked because it actually happened in real life with my mother. But it was very fast in my dreams. I somehow got the dream with that particular vision of ghosts. Until when I went to the washroom, I want my mother to be standing outside the door and everything. I'm like, Mama, you there? She's like, yes. I'm there. But I didn't check. So, this is how afraid I was. Moving on, when I was about 8 to 10 years old, there was a TV show. In this TV show, they just showed like horror TV shows. And you for my family. You all sit together, watch it. But do you know how I watched it? This is how I watched it. For the whole 30 minutes, every single night, I'd be sitting at the dining table, looking at the TV through a crack, like that. That's how afraid I was. And after some time, I managed to actually watch it together with them. It was as if the show went missing. That's it. No matter how hard you have to study, a blanket cover toe to neck full. Because in my heart, the blanket cannot bite me because neck is covered. So, until I still there. You guys may not know me, but usually after sleep, I don't clean out my room. I don't go to my house alone. My mother already throws the rubbish in the condominium, just walk few meters. Mother cannot walk. That's how strict I am. So, as you went through high school and so on, I still
Bà Đại có sẵn rồi ạ. 白啦個生咗，七點個生嘅。
It comes along. So I always ask my friend, go to my friend, Monday you retell the story. I just want to listen to the story. When I told you and review that, my leisure time is actually listening to audio podcasts all the time. To Spotify, not promoting, they don't have video. And this podcast don't have audio part of quality awareness, howling, of footsteps, there's nothing. I just listen to people's story. I get to know about what's happening, the superstitions. You know, I'm from Leong. I know none of stories I hear about Kaka. They say if you see the yellow car, finish. When I go to Kara, because my grandparents' house is there, I just close my eyes for 30 minutes. If the issue, right? If I see the car, I'm done. If I don't see, that's how I am. So here, I can joke about it. I have no issue at all. Actually, telling the stories to others. This made me realize that it was never a fear. It was the visual of the ghost that made you feel the aspect of ghosts. It was the audio that came along with it that made it scarier. Once I just read the story or just listen to it in a normal moment with nothing else, I really interested. So this just wanted me to share my story today because as I said, it's a way to manifest itself. You don't know where's the beginning or where's the ending. Our anniversary meeting, it's all about milestones. For me, my milestone was overcoming my fear and making it into something that I actually like. Even now, when I'm studying, I listen to horror podcasts. Talks do not work for me anymore. So that's what I want to share today. And hopefully, all of you do not retaliate with the fact that I'm afraid of ghosts. Thank you. And again, thank you for joining our anniversary meeting today. Visually afraid of ghosts. Okay, she said yes. So she's just audioly enjoying the ghosts. Okay. So stories can mirror a Toastmaster journey. Some of us might feel intimidated in talking to a crowd, but we can't effort and uncertainty. We are motivated by the one we find in a Toastmaster club. We might one day find ourselves not that intimidated while talking to the crowd. Just like how Harshini now is driving audioly, but still not visually. Here comes the next session. As our prepared speech session comes to an end, let's have our cake cutting ceremony. What our confident first mentor usually officiate this ceremony.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Let's wish you happy happy 18th birthday. Before tasting the scrumptious cake, let's take a photo together.
I'm going to appreciate the ceremony to cut the cake. As well as all the area directors who want to join.
Guys, the king is for show only, Don't need to taste, it's the taste only.
Anyone, including guests, let's come to the front to take the photo together.
Okay, everyone breaks over. So we do the same. We go using the guy.
After having a refreshing break, now let's move on to the next session. Please, everyone, can everyone be seated now? Can everyone be seated with your food or drink? For us to continue to the next session. Please be seated, everyone. We are moving on to the second session, evaluation session. In order for us to improve ourselves in unique feedback, let us listen to our evaluators. And this evaluation session will be hosted by General Evaluator Toastmaster Ikhtifar. Let us welcome General Evaluator Toastmaster Ikhtifar.
Everyone, let's go for the next session, which is the section of the so it's also known as the famous for champions. The first speaker, I'd like to invite your evaluation, which is Shin.
Hi, Toastmaster Leong. I think you did a very good job today to give us your icebreaker speech. So, first of all, to thank you for giving the icebreaker speech today so that we could get to know about you more. And I'd like to praise about your courage because I'm sure to stand in front of the public and to give up your speech, I'm sure it took you a while to pick up your courage. And as they say, icebreaker speech is the easiest and it's the hardest as well, because to take the first step is always the hardest. Next, I like the pace of your speech, which it is quite moderate and it is in a comfortable pace, so that what you say can be heard clearly by the audience. So you hit it up for this part. And next, I like how you present your speech, which you bring us into revealing your approach in life by giving us your experience with your approach in life. And in the end, only you reveal to us who she was. And you also take the opportunity to thank her. So I think that is a very great action. Now, I would like to
give you some of the area of improvement. So first, maybe you could try to reduce the use of the muscular, maybe like and the repetitive of using so. And next, to improve on your vocal variety, realize that your speech has been too monotone, which means it's flat. Just one of the things. Maybe next time you could add more of the dynamics into your speech. You could make it more lively. So, for example, you feel pretty good towards your coaching life. Maybe you could express it to the audience and get the audience to feel pretty good as well. And next, a hand gesture. Maybe you could add some of the hand gesture next time so that it will be more visual to the audience and making your speech more interesting. And third, I think you will meet the minimum limits of the speech, which is 4 minutes. So maybe you can try to lengthen the speech a bit, because I would like to get to know about you more. And suddenly the speech just ended, and I feel like I didn't get to know you well. So maybe next time you could just give about the speech. So all in all, I would say it is a great speech. Some areas that you need great is your pace and the way to bring up your topics, and also to be able to speak in front of the public. And the area of improvement is use the use of posture to have more of the vocal variety, to add in some of the hand gestures, and to maybe lengthen your speech a bit.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster singing.
I like that she was, even though she just joined Toastmasters, she gave a very good feedback, which is something that is part of the Toastmasters, where feedback can be coming from anyone, from an experienced Toastmasters or a new joiner. And everything is through the heart and by what the person or the facilitator thinks about your speech. Yes, I do agree that for this speech, it didn't meet the minimum requirement. So maybe you can try again next time, or just go for this speech if you want to. Because in Toastmasters, everything is self-paced and everything is up to you guys. Next, let me invite our second evaluator. My friend Yong, effective coaching level 4. Now we will hear an experienced Toastmasters. Thank you so much. So, first, the Ikhtifar for the kind introduction. My friend Ikhtifar. And I have to say, Toastmasters, we always start from zero and we end up with something here. So I was a 0 few years ago, and now I'm something like this. So I feel that. Now, back to the evaluation session. Toastmaster Harshini, I was quite delighted to hear a very humorous speech today. It really enlightens the mood. Usually afraid ghosts. Okay. So I believe you have completed the purpose statement of this project, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language, notably on the two main aspects here. The first is you have used the stage properly. I mean, the stage here you use properly. What it means is that, what I noticed that you've done well is that when you talk about you're growing up from the age of 8 to the age of a high schooler, you move from here to here. Oftentimes, when you watch people doing public speaking, when they talk about chronological speeches, they will always move from one place to another place, and it gives a visual cue to the audience that, oh, you're on the next part of the speech. That is also a good sign. Yeah. And the second part is you have an intentional hand gesture. I like to point out on the part where you say then and now. Forgive me, it was annoying. So when she said then and now, you see that? I can tell that the hand gesture is trying to convey a message alongside what she's intending to say. That makes me more engaged with the speech. I hope you can continue and do your best in this aspect as well in the future speeches. And as for the story goes, her employ of twist is a very good way to when you're presenting a humorous speech. What is twist, by the way?
something unexpected, right? So we expect her to be afraid of horror movies. You know what she's afraid of? Rental period expired, ended, and everyone went burst out laughing. This is why I like twists, especially in humorous speech, is that it gets us engaged and it makes us think bizarre and interesting, and it makes us more engaged in speech. Now, in order to make your humorous speech much better in the future, I recommend you to implement pauses while delivering a speech. I noticed when you give all the punchlines throughout the speech, you keep on giving and giving without a pause. I thought I couldn't catch up with it on the speaking. And an example is here. When you talk about your mother is kind of stopping you when you're in the toilet or something, you should at least give a very good pause like this. So I was in the toilet. Mom, is that you? Yes. See, we can feel more suspense here, just like a horror movie, right? Make a pattern, and you know, it's a typical aliens versus predator thing. Like, oh my god, that's an alien, right? Okay. And another improvement I like you to do, especially when making a humorous speech, is that you must include a takeaway message. That separates a humorous speech from a typical comedy show. Okay, it's Toastmasters Club and not comedy club. So we recommend you to give at least a takeaway message here. So I recommend you by tying this up with what you're doing in Toastmasters by saying, it may sound terrifying just like a ghost visually, okay? But after giving speeches at the meeting, I realized that it's just listening to horror stories for my friends. And I'm okay with it. Maybe one day I will get through this. That's all from me. And in conclusion, you can make good usage of the stage, intentional hand gestures, usage of twists, and I'd like you to make improvements by adding pauses to your speech and a takeaway message. That's all from me. Back to you, General Evaluator. One thing I say is, since like this is the anniversary of Toastmasters, our club anniversary, maybe it's also a time where you can do your own goals. Maybe in the next term, some of you might be aspiring to do their speech that you have to complete 2 levels within a year or so forth and so on. So like at the same time, while we're celebrating our anniversaries, I'd like you to also build some goals or have some goals for your future journey in Toastmasters. Before we go for the next section, the fun section where my term is almost over, I'd like to invite our timer to give the timing for the speeches and also the evaluations.
Okay, so I will be explaining the time report for today. We can start with Toastmaster Ivan. You took out 1 minute and 10 seconds for 1 minute 42 seconds, and then we'll find Sherru. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. It's all well within the time. Next, for project speech segment, we have Teng with the first speaker. He took up 3 minutes 28 seconds, which was underspent 1 minute and 52 seconds. Next, we have speaker Harshini, who took 6 minutes 30 seconds, which was well within the timer. Congrats. Next, for general evaluation, we have Toastmaster Ikhtifar, who took out 1 minute 5 seconds. For speech evaluation, we have Yong Shin as the first evaluator. She took out 3 minutes, which is well within the. We have Meng, who took 4 minutes 15 seconds, which overspent 1 minute and 50 seconds. That is all.
So with this, I'd like to mark the end of the seriousness of being a Toastmasters, and let's shift to the game side, the fun side of being a Toastmasters. So I'd like to hand this over to our game master or game mistress for tonight, Zulkifli.
Now it's our game session, and before that, may I request the ASU to close the script? Are you ready for the games? Because let me start my own housekeeping rules first. Everyone, just repeat it. During this session, if you wish to go to the restroom, just use the back door and go up to the downstairs, and the restroom is outside for both men and a female. And if you wish to take any first entries, feel free to take, but your leg move only. Don't your mouth or your chin also move. Put this game session aside, and our first game is tabletop tennis with visual prompts. Do you know what is it? If you play the block, oh. But before that, let me explain what is tabletop tennis with visual prompts. People's Master. Tabletop tennis is impromptu, which is one of our meeting sessions in our usual meeting, which is every volunteers, you volunteer yourself and come to the stage, and you already know the topic on the spot. And you have several seconds to finish it, and then you present a 1 to 2 minute speech. With that, I would like to request our timer, Nina, to show the time signal for both physical and online settings. For physical, you will see the cards. For online participants, you will see the background. So the tabletop is the timing signal is 1 to 2. For 1 minute, the timer will show green. 1 minute 30 seconds, the timer will show yellow. 2 minutes, the timer will show red. And when you see the red, you have to faster wrap up your speech. And if you talk more than 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you didn't wrap up the speech within the 30 seconds, the timer will break. And then at the same, it will show the then online. You see the red, then faster wrap up your speech within the 30 seconds. This is how the topic works. And visual prompts is you will receive an icon in my right bag, and then I will pick for you for both physical and online. And then you might receive a picture or an item. And then you have to talk about anything. You can talk about anything what you observe on the item. You observe a chicken, then you talk about chicken. You observe about McDonald's, then you talk about McDonald's. You observe about eggplant, you talk about eggplant. But everyone eyes are watching you. So be honest. If that's why the first volunteer, I think we start with the physical first. So because the light is right? You can introduce yourself actually.
Hello guys, I'm House. My name is Lucas, VP of Tennis Toastmasters as well. It's very nice to meet you.
Let me think anything. Oh, I picked out this. This is a vitamin C. This is a vitamin C. Okay. Then look out the stage is off.
So, does everyone know about the gummy bears in America? You know the gummy bears, right? The vitamin gummy bears?
Yes.
Okay, how many stories have you heard from some Westerner who says, oh, back in my day, I kept eating these gummy bears, and one day I started seizing up and seizing on the floor? Well, yeah, that does happen, unironically. And that's why this is bullshit, okay? Vitamin C, you can get vitamin C anywhere, okay? You don't need to take it in a pill unless, you really need it. But that's my point. Like, why take capsules, right? There are natural ways to absorb nutrients within our body. We can do it through food. We can do it through touching grass and looking at the sun and having the sun's beautiful rays shine upon your fragile, timid body. Oh, sorry. Everyone, this is why I am a business major. I don't study about anything related to nutrients until I absolutely have to. For money. Everyone likes money, right? Okay, so back to my point, right? Nutrients, you can get it naturally. Don't get it through pills. And when I was younger, my mom kept feeding me pills, and I hated it. It was tasteless. There was nothing to it, and I didn't feel good about it at all. And that's why when you have kids in the future, please feed them vegetables and not pills. That'll be all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the girls for sharing about the benefits of vitamin C. Now, may I get volunteer from physical? No one speak.
My name is Teng.
I just
And then Steve, the stage is yours.
Sorry, guys. We can't hear you online.
How much you get for CNY? How much will you give me?
maybe I read from Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear, but it's still a bit faint. Can someone adjust the volume up? Okay.
Oh, someone checks the. Waiting for setting up the sound. I like to invite one more from the speaker who would like to take the time.
If you use the mic, they can't. If you speak loudly with your own voice, they can. I'm Conan. I'm from Taylor's Toastmasters Club, and I'm just a normal member, unlike our dear VP here, Lucas. And special needs. Pleasure to meet you. Wow.
That Conan, stage is yours.
Selling for 1 ringgit. Who wants a time machine? I know, See, she gets it. Sherry, right? Sherru. If you have a time machine and you got someone's name wrong like I did, you don't need to embarrass yourself in front of the crowd and ask her multiple times. You can just rewind and ask her multiple times as much as you want. Who will know? Think about it. So many things in your past that you've done wrong that you may be embarrassed about. You repeat it. So does it sound like a good idea? Everybody? Oh, he has a point actually. Why no? Because it is from our past mistakes that we learn, that we grow, and we become better as a person. And embarrassing yourself in front of other people, it's not a way to diminish your efforts as in terms of your growth. So at the end of the day, you don't need a time machine. Even if it's 1 ringgit, you don't need it. Don't be afraid to show yourself, to embarrass yourself. It helps you grow thick skin. Thank you.
Don't be afraid and embrace yourself. And you don't need for that, you don't need a time machine for all. Now I would like to invite live participants. Yeah, do you like to take a try?
Wait, are you guys talking to me or what? I can't hear, sorry.
Jeff, in fact, Zijun is asking if you like to try table topics.
Okay, sure. Sure, let me turn on my video. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm ready anytime actually. I did saw the watermelon with the smiley face.
It's yours.
Yeah, thanks. Fellow topics master, fellow toastmasters, esteemed guests as well. When I see those watermelon with the smiling plushie, what I think about is that always happy-go-lucky, you know, always red, always green. And I think the most important thing when I saw watermelon is one of the game's character. So in my mind, there's always this one particular character who likes to eat. He's very spherical. In fact, I don't know if any gamers around here who actually knows about this character. But those who doesn't know, his name is Kirby. And what Kirby does was like being happy, napping and eating all the time. And one of the anime episodes actually refers him as a person who likes to eat watermelons in particular. So every time he goes to this field full of watermelons, he will chuck a one big hole of watermelon and actually just like suck everything in, and he will be even rounder for like 10 seconds before like he's digesting everything into the abyss of a black hole or whatever not. So definitely when you see those kind of watermelons, what happens was that it's very juicy, it is very nice, and it gives you some comfort and happiness, right? And to top it off that, it does have some ascorbic acid, vitamin C's inside there as well, to quote from the previous speaker. So fellow Toastmasters and fellow guests, what can we exactly take from a very happy-go-lucky watermelon is that just be smile, just be happy, and do whatever that you want to do. And I believe that if when it comes to things like, you know, like happiness, watermelons or things like that, the most important thing is to be happy, to eat your favorites, and of course, never miss on taking your vitamin C or your ascorbic acid as well. Yep. So thank you so much again for this topic. Back to you, topics master. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen, for introducing how good is the watermelon and also the character who like the watermelon. Then I invite, now it's the physical turn. Who would like to take a try? Seems like everybody can step now. These are Sherru. Good for you. It's a QB character. Oh, he wants to sleep, but he don't want to sleep. He just keeps very carefully, which is like many of us in the present, right? Before we go to bed, we still don't want to go to bed and we still very good. Yes. Okay, Sherru, the stage is yours. First, look at this photo. What came into my mind was not this cartoon or this film. Is about how young people nowadays seldom sleep for 8 hours. Even for kids nowadays also sleep for very few hours. We nowadays don't really have time to sleep because we have a lot of commitment in plenty of things, from academic as a university student to socialization. Because nowadays we have so many social media, we can keep in touch with so many people for all the time online. People in the past they can only write a letter to their close friends or relatives. Nowadays, we rarely have enough time. In the end, sleeping becomes our sacrificing element. Our health becomes jeopardized due to our sleep
decriminalization. Yes, I hope that everyone in this meeting room can value our sleeping time instead of becoming the couple like that. Staring at the phone screen for hours, still reluctant to go to sleep, even though it's at midnight already. All in all, I hope that everyone in this room can have a healthy lifestyle and happy sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sherru, for sharing about the lifestyle in especially youngsters. It's time to sleep, but we still due to pressure in day, we feel like we hope that we have a personal life, so we keep scrolling food and we did not want to get into bed. Because when we get into bed and we wake up, it's another busy day. It's also similar like maybe every of us. Other participants, would you like to take a try? Okay. Would you like to take a try?
Hey, can you hear me now? Yeah, sorry, I'm setting my.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
What's up? What's up, dog? Oh, my mic no more battery. Whoa. Oh, I see that. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. Hold on, let me test. Testing 1, 2, 3. You can hear me, right? Can hear, right? Very clear.
Where's the Jesus?
All right, thank you. All right. Wow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and guests. I see something on Zijun's hand, and basically that's the thing that she always shows up in every of online Toastmasters meeting. All right, it's that little labubu there. It's like the mascot of Toastmasters, you see. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to talk about Zijun's labubu because it's already too famous. I'm going to talk about pumpkins, specifically pumpkins. They are good actually for men. We have prostate problems when we grow older. Taking the pumpkin seed is one way for you to improve your prostate health. Scientifically, whether it's proven or not, I'm not sure, but that's what, as me, as a middle-aged guy, I think some of us else too are getting middle-aged right now in this room. Yeah, we are getting older and we are not as good as before our health. So I highly recommend all of you to Hey guys, can you hear me? Yeah, sorry. What I was saying just now, right? Remember that pumpkins, right? Actually, when we are talking about the Halloween season, it's whether it's scary or not sometimes, but remember, it's now not Halloween. So remember to eat your pumpkins, have a pumpkin seed supplement, and also enjoy the show. And little Labubu, stay cute. Bye-bye.
For sharing about
pumpkin. How I love my pumpkin. And also the benefits of the pumpkin seed and also how we relate it to the Halloween too. And with here done, we can have one more physical participants. Would you like to take a slide? Would you like to introduce yourself?
And your role, my role. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Teng. I was a member of UMTMC, but although now I'm not a member anymore, but I still come and support because of the invitation. Thank you so much for see that there are so many faces. So back then when I was the committee member as well as we don't have that much member to be honest. I think it's I would say it's a victory moment for UMTMC. Let's keep this momentum going, not just for 1 year, for the future. More members, inspire me. Thank you. Oh.
Very motivational.
Actually, give you the highlights. I'm not speaking English. Oh, good for us. I'll make sure to not put it in my pocket and return to later. Okay. So everyone, do you want this? So this is currency, okay? It's the most important thing in today's society. Because we live in a capitalistic society, everything can be measured by capital. Whether you want to, in fact, to be honest, if you want to live on every single day of your life, you need capital. Like for example, I come here, I need transport. So to get transport, you need either let's say you are using a bus, you need to pay for the bus fee. And when you're hungry, let's say now in front of you, I believe that you have water, you have liquid. Those things need sources. And how do we, in today's society, how do we value this sort of yeah, I mean, I don't want to say this, but let's talk a little bit about, recently, some news is happening from somewhere, I think 100 miles from our country. 1,000 miles, okay. 1,000 miles, okay, in the United States of America. They imposed tariff, okay, to our country and caused the stock market to crash. And I believe that there are people who lost money as well, right? Any one of you investing in stock market? I also want to say, but anyway, we know that a lot of people experience because of the news, making market manipulation, you can make a lot of money. Okay, and okay. So, okay, what should I say now? Okay, let's wrap this up. Okay, so now if I can impart everything today, I think I would say this. So money is a very important thing, but of course, not everything can be bought by money. Okay, money isn't everything. There are things that we shouldn't just measure everything by money. Like for example, happiness, the relationship. So those things I think shouldn't. It needs money to sustain, but I think that money is not everything. Okay, if you focus too much on money, you kind of lose out the human touch. Okay, so that's it. So thank you.
About the current economic market in present time, and luckily, don't give the
Which is the storytelling delay. Storytelling delay is I start with the introduction and then every participants go and include online also, to volunteer yourself and to share at least 2 sentences, 2 to 4 sentences, minimum 2, maximum 4, then then there's no time, but don't just waste your time to volunteer yourself. Now I will start with the story first. Everyone 1 or 2 seconds, the 2 sentences. For 1 to 4 sentences. Everyone, please. Please introduce your name first for our master.
Right.
Yes.
Mom, I want to. Now he was sitting at whether the mom is talking a friend. Nika, you who said children? Why suddenly that chicken? For that, and sorry with the mom saying, Nika, please come home, we miss you. And they can't respond. They're trying to fry me now. Evening everyone, as I mentioned, my name is Lucas, and now I will be the next. Being at the thought of this kidnapped individual, not much. For she was solely part of the thing that is there is no
Then, are you the one who reports like several children missing? Where at but why are you eating the children? I mean, why are you cooking the children for us? For the policemen. Oh, I thought now I'm having a housewarming, so I want to cook something special for you. That's why I cook children.
Uncle replied me, the police say, I would like to ask the police to put out a notice to invite all of the village to come next week to our house for this family bonding. And after attend my family bonding session.
Sorry, Rafi, is anyone driving a checkbook car? And then the car is blocking it.
Children inside.
I'll stop it.
No. One of the villagers see, and they knocked on the door. The mom opened the door, and the first question he asked, "What about the children?" And she looked behind. What about these children?
These are the children who was seen 2 years ago.
Oh.
Thanks. Children who was 2 years ago, but they sure look like very good. Let's slaughter them, make them into meatballs, and perhaps we can have some wine.
Oh, I can discuss it. One big man with injury. Very wrong in many ways. And unfortunately, they were captured and thrown into prison and over to you. The children heard about the story and they started to run away. So they ran, and they're actually celebrating the anniversary over here, watching the whole talking about the whole story. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, sorry. So I think how do we escalate from the village again? How do we escape? Oh, how?
Okay. And we also think that there's somebody still inside the village and how to rescue them. We can superhero.
After Korea, then it's Louis friend.
Hi, my name is Yong, and last I picked up was that comes and adventures of told by the kids, right? By Batrisyia. So later the day after the story is being told, the kids at the venue went missing. Harshini knows.
So you might ended with who knows what will happen.
Yeah, after the
So going back, we all forgot Mika. There is of telling, I kidnapped mom. What are you guys doing here? And as he stuck there, he sees the TV news. Children missing, vanished without a trace. And Minka said, "Oh no, what has happened and fallen on my village?"
It's not with someone else. It's with someone else. You don't know who's that.
Oh, it's probably with someone else.
Meng is with someone else.
Oh,
But I ran away and I came back. I wanted to form a cult with the children right now who are being kidnapped. I want to kidnap and eat the policemen and all these dogs.
you don't want to eat police. Now what do you do?
Children, what wants of this man? Children,
A restaurant? Eating the policeman. Anyone who wants to join, please join.
Okay.
sorry. Who helped them to escape, and now they can open this restaurant and to enjoy the police well. Don't forget the one that caught his drill and they started to introduce the other prisoners and also the
Table. Oh, okay. I'm
sorry for the online settings. And after the media settings table, they put back on screen.
Hello and hi, my name is Afsar. So I believe the story ended at the kids opening the restaurant, right? Okay, suddenly one of the kids feels something weird about it. And then one of the kids approaches one of the other kids that was working on the back. He asks, Did you forget the salt when cooking the police?
No. Sorry, Lacey.
Hi, I'm Lacy. Lacy. So the kid turned to the back. Actually, he turned to Harshini, and Harshini was there, wondering, what ghost story am I watching in the restaurant?
After Lacy is
What happened? The children start to eat each other. No. Because it's getting like a food. Therefore,
Following. Following. So since the children are fighting each other from nowhere, their parents came back, like the missing children's parents, and they are wondering what has happened to their children. And one of the parents asked their child, "What are you actually doing?"
They are older, they are funny.
Hello, my name is Batrisya. Actually, there is one leftover policeman at the back who was tied and with the rope, waiting for big cook. He heard the cat between the hungry children and their mom, and they broke the tie, the rope, and jumped from out the window of the restaurant to report to the government. Okay, government. So the government employs secret police, and they found that this is actually an account. Cannibalism shouldn't be tolerated, and eliminate all the children, all the police, everyone, and the thing just collapsed, and the world returned to peace.
All right, so continue for the same story. The piece is where the children and the parents is make up with their child and they start to have a good relationship and start to have a ha
and
and makan and reunion after for a long time in a prison. Prison.
good ending.
Okay. With that, then, sorry to all. We give to our Zoom master Aiman. Then we'll call this a wrap.
All right, so we all ended happy ending, but what happened to Meng? Well, this is actually Meng's plan all along. He lured all the family members into a sweet sense of relief, and bam, he cooked them all up in his dinner and served to more guests. And now he's going to find another village to find more children to cook.
Oh my god.
sorry, I just want to eat a fried chicken, and suddenly come out. But the food come and even though Harshini is even come, and I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Our great session will call to the end. Later, we will have our timer Nina to share the timer report of the table topics session. And with that, I will pass this stage to our Toastmaster of the Toastmaster Sherru. Thank you for your time, everyone. Let's vote for the best storyteller today and the favorite topic speaker today. Scan the QR code and vote for the best favorite topic speaker and the best storyteller today.
Everybody for team.
Or you just sign sli.co/UMTMC.
Oh yeah, yeah. Guys, just one. Yeah, it's like or fresh, then you can put for yourself.
Five, four, three, two, one. Thank you for watching. Yes. Let us invite Nina. Toastmaster Nina will give her timer report. Okay, I'll just talk about the table topic segment. So first we have Toastmaster the first, who took 1 minute and 32 seconds, which is 12 minutes time. Then we have Toastmaster Tim, who was 1 minute 24 seconds. Toastmaster Conan, who took 1 minute 43 seconds. Then on online we had Toastmaster Jeff, who took 1 minute and 54 seconds. Two. Next we have Toastmaster Sherru, who took up 1 minute 40 seconds. And James, who took 1 minute 50 seconds. And last but not least, Kean, who took 2 minutes and 50 seconds, which overspent 15 seconds. With that, yes, I will end my report. Thank you. Here comes the most anticipated moment, the award ceremony. A game will not be fun without a gift. Let's check against who is the winner, who are the winners for today. The first game is the table topic, so we should have one winner. Start from down, jump down. Mysterious person. Who is this? Our second game is storytelling relay. Who is the best storyteller of today? Like official storytelling sharing, Toastmaster speech is always emotional. Members always review their speeches wholeheartedly. Who among us are the Toastmasters who most frequently inspire us with their words of wisdom or touch our soul with their stories? The best project speaker of the year goes to Ikhtifar, Harshini, and Kean.
All these awards are given based on previous records.
Starting from May 2024.
Thanks guys for voting me. Latest skin for startups.
Thank you for this.
I will vote them. We get the best project speaker for most of the meetings. How about the informative speech? Best second project speakers of the year goes to
It's based on the previous
Known as the guest have won so many times in table topic session, even though he was not a member yet. As words have the power to inspire, an evaluator can either help by giving a constructive feedback or discourage them with intimidation. Who among us in Toastmasters consistently provide positive and impactful evaluations for our speakers? Based on the records, this person is none other than Evan. Speaking of Elwood, he often struggles to find role players running smoothly. There is this one postmaster who had role play almost every meeting and helped Elwood in ensuring his sleeping quality a night before the meeting. I wonder, who is this person? She is Harshini. Harshini is helping our Toastmaster. How about another person who always connected with other members from other Toastmaster clubs? This person has visited other clubs around 30 times as a guest. It often helps to be their role players in their meetings. Yes, sorry.
For having me, Maisa, Taylor, PSM, So means that whoever plays the most gets the most star. Based on our uniform based on our uniform voting. So the most improved member of the year, this award goes to send me the list. No words can convey my gratitude to UM Toastmaster Club for giving me this recognition and the members who have offered me sincere advice. I hope that other Toastmaster members can one day be in my position. For those who just joined from look at me here. Last year, Toastmaster of the Year was Kean. How about this year? Who had dedicated herself the most to UM Toastmaster Club? This person is I'm taking the gift away. Actually, me and Kean just less one word. One word differences. Award for
members, now we want to appreciate our general evaluator Ikhtifar for hosting the evaluation session. And this first will be that. He is the winner of the day. He is the one who received the most awards in today's meeting.
I think the conclusion is go clubbing more, go and do the awards, and also always volunteer for Roleplayers and last minute.
Let's come to the end. Let's invite our president, Postmaster Li Zijin, to give a closing address.
Please come to the end. Thank you everyone for attending, and today we also first speaker one speaker from Postmaster Teng, introducing himself, why he wants to join Postmaster, and also Harshini talking about the story in Khor of the ghost. And besides that, we also listened some precise feedback from Postmaster Shin and Postmaster Yong. And the most important one is the game session. Most exciting one is the game session, so that everyone, although at the first part I see that everyone is kind, maybe don't know which thing I will pick up, so maybe everyone's scared, but I see that the participants today, like Conan, Teng, Kean, and Jack, and also they share very humorous details and also very informative, talking about the benefits of pumpkin, benefits of watermelon. Also have humorous and the storytelling, like everyone connecting the story, starting from the fried chicken to the kidnapping story, and lastly is the don't know what is the cooking children story. I see that everyone has fun today, so enjoying your food. So before we leave, please help us to clear the drinks there. If not, then we have to save it for our next meeting. So our upcoming meetings, May is our annual general meeting, will be online. So to UMTMC members who haven't cast your nomination, please do so by 20 April. You nominate yourself. I think this Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, is the due date. Yes. And then we are having our humor speech and debate topics contest, and we are looking for the contestants and roleplayers. Contestant is open to UMTMC members for now, and no limitation to the level. Even though you're just a new joiner, if you feel like you want to participate, just feel free to participate. And then roleplayers are open to everyone. Maybe we respect and then we show around 5 seconds to I'll show you in a second. Then who wish to drop the feedback and ask us any question, do send this to record, and then apologize to the online participants. Very apologize that if you cannot listen to us or if we do something you don't care about. Very apologize to the today. I will call